Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome to my second reading vlog, my weekly reading vlog. Okay, so today I feel re-energized with reading. Last week was there was a lot going on at home, just in this transition, but also I just got kind of burnt out navigating that Dr. Deal. But this week we are crushing it. So I am about 70 pages into the Pulp Friction, and so I will update you a little bit about what's going on in that book. I also am picking up Ricochet, which is part of the Addicted series part 2. That is on my Kindle. And then I'm also going to be reading Spanish Love Deception. That's been on my TBR for a while, so I'm going to get that started. And there's one more, and I can't remember, so there's 4 books. But I will let you know. Ooh, like maybe I put it on my Kindle. But I did finish a Babysitter'S Club yesterday. And that was pretty good. Yeah, I'm on chapter 3 of Ricochet in the Addicted series. And I'm gonna just read multiple books this week. So take the ride with me this week while we talk about what all I'm reading. I'll hop on just a little bit. I'm gonna eat. I just ran some errands. And then I'm going to tell you about my Babysitter'S Club book and then what's happening in Pulp Friction. All right, I am back. Let me just update you guys. Okay, so today's Monday, and in my house, now that I am work from home, I like to just like have Monday as like my cleaning day, because we do clean on the weekends and obviously throughout the week. But when you're cleaning, but people are still making things messy, it's just better to have like the downtime to clean. So today I was like, sweep day, steam mop day, run the Roomba, like one more load of laundry of all the leftover stuff. So doing that, I had errands this morning, but I want to catch you up on things that I have read and what I'm reading. So this weekend, after I DNF'd Dating Dr. Dill, I started kind of reading this book, but not really. So I went and I read a Babysitter'S Club book. And I read Dawn and the School Spirit War. This is Babysitter'S Club number 84. I rated this 3 stars, which is just my base level for all Babysitter'S Club books, because, I mean, they're good enough for me to read them. They're iconic. I obviously read them as a child, and so it's a reread thing, but the lowest I can get is a 3. But, so I picked up this one because I haven't read much about Dawn in my reread, because she was never one of my favorite, I'll pull this back a little bit, she was never one of my favorite characters. I just never related with her, and I still don't. So this story was all about the school is having a spirit month to sort of kick off the baseball season. Obviously Logan plays on the baseball team, not obviously, but he does play on the baseball team. Everybody's excited about it except Dawn. Dawn is not excited about it because she doesn't feel like she needs to conform and be forced to do Spirit Week. And Marianne jumps on board because one of the days is pajama day and she doesn't want to go to school in her pajamas, so she just goes ahead and fights the war with Dawn. It kind of got deep for a second because there were lots of kids who did not agree with Dawn's decision. They felt like she was being like anti-school spirit, and she wasn't being anti-school spirit. She was saying that she just wanted to focus on the days that she wanted to focus on, and she didn't want to focus on all of them. And so people really had a hard time adjusting and understanding and accepting that. And at one point, the parents get involved, and I feel like Anna and Martin did this purposely, but she made the families that really believed in Spirit Week on the right side of the room, and the families who were okay with not doing it on the left side. So I thought about like liberal versus conservative. Anyway, so ultimately, Dawn has the idea and gets everybody on board with do what you want to do. Which, I mean, isn't that what we would have done anyway? You just do what you want to do. If you want to do Spirit Week, Spirit Month, Spirit Day, you do it. If you don't, you don't. And nobody should be picked on or harassed because they're not complying or doing it. And so that's kind of how it ended. I gave it 3 stars only because I felt like it was kind of like this is what we're dying on the hill for, is Spirit Week. Like, I didn't think that was important. Marianne jumped on the bandwagon, which kind of caused a rift between her and Logan. Stacy, who is no longer in the BSC at this time, is on Dawn's side, but they don't really talk. She just like signs a petition, and she's vocal about agreeing with Dawn. And then Christy and Claudia like literally attack Dawn and Marianne every time they see them verbally because they don't want to participate. So I don't know. There was nothing stellar about this book. There was no outstanding characters. Like I said, it got deep for a second, but that's about it. Okay, then, so I've been trying to get through Hook, Line, and Sinker. I loved It Happened One Summer, and then I pre-ordered Hook, Line, and Sinker on digital. So excited to get into it, and I just can't catch a groove with it. So I decided to switch up and go to Audible. I was on like chapter 13 or 14 in the book, and so I switched over to Audible, and I've been listening to that today. So I have about an hour-ish, hour and 15 left of that book, and so I still don't love it, but because I read the first one, I want to see it out and see how it finishes. It Happened One Summer was definitely better for me. It seems like with these sort of books, whether it is a series that focuses on one couple and then it pivots to another couple in the next book, or in other types of series like that where it's like one story, or like, okay, people we meet on vacation and beach read, people gravitate to one or the other. For me, It Happened One Summer was just elite. I loved it. I loved every part of the relationship. I loved all of it. I can see it in my mind. This one, not so much. I don't like it, but I am going to finish it. So we're listening to that. All right. Then I started getting really into Pulp Friction. So I bought this on Friday, and I was reading it on digital, but I was only a couple pages in. So I just started from the beginning. I'm on page 77 now. It's pretty good. I like Julianne Lindsay as a writer. She does the Bonnie and Clyde mysteries too. As I said in some of my other videos, when I think about those, I did not like the first book, but I liked the others. And so I really liked the story so far. I don't want to give things away because it's a mystery, but basically, the main character, what is her name? Oh gosh. Okay, the main character, it's from her point of view, so it's always like I, not her name, but the main character owns this cider shop and on this farm, and they're hosting a wedding. She's not a wedding planner, but she helped organize some of the things for this wedding. And then at the wedding, she noticed her ex, which I guess he was in the first book, so this is the second book. Her ex and the groom kind of have words with each other, kind of heated. And then the groom, do you want to know? Okay. Skip if you don't. I'll give you a second. Okay, the groom ends up dead, and now we're trying to figure out who did it. Everybody's pointing fingers at Hank, which is her ex, who had the heated argument with Jack, who died. But we're trying to figure out, like, why would they be having an issue? Somebody is around her house, kind of peeping around, trying to break in. They think it's Hank because they feel like if he did commit this crime, then he would be trying to talk to her to, find a hideout. The sheriff, what is his name? Why can't I remember anybody's name? I swear I'm reading this. The sheriff, Colton. Okay. The sheriff, Colton. You can tell something's going to happen between the main character and Colton, but the sheriff, Colton, is trying to convince her to let Hank kind of hang out if he comes around, so that they have a lead on where he is. Let's see, Hank's little sister seems a little suspect to me, but she came to the main character's house to try to get clues on Hank. They broke into they didn't break into it. They had an extra key to Hank's house. They broke into his laptop, found an email from a girl named Sarah, and this Sarah girl goes to the same college that the main character goes to, and now they're trying to look for her to see what kind of relationship did Sarah have with Hank, and did Sarah have a relationship with Jack, and maybe they were fighting over a girl. So that's kind of where we are. I like it. It's moving fast. I read it before bedtime last night. I'll definitely be done with it this week. It's about 323 pages. Ooh, there's a recipe in the back. That's exciting. Fried bologna. Oh, no. Okay. So I will be done with this book this week. And then I actually was listening to a podcast, Categorically Romance, which I love. And they were talking about an author. So I'm going to go check on the Harlequin website right now to see if there are any books that I might like on there. So that's kind of what I'm reading right now. My focus is Pulp Fiction, Hookline and Sinker on audio, and Ricochet on my ebook. My plan is to read Pulp Fiction during the day because it's a paper book and I need light. And then Ricochet at night because I can read that in the bed or when the lights are low. And Hookline and Sinker while I'm exercising or cleaning or driving. That's the plan. So hopefully 3 books this week. Then what was my 4th book? There's always one that I'm missing. I said it earlier in an earlier clip, but actually it's driving me crazy. Okay, so the books that I am reading, Hookline and Sinker, Pulp Fiction, Ricochet, Spanish Love Deception. That's the one that I'm going to look for next. And that one probably later in the week. I got to get one of these done. So once I get Pulp Fiction done, then I can start Spanish Love Deception. I'm really excited about that. Alrighty. I will catch up with you in the next clip. Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday. For whatever reason, Tuesday is just not a great filming day for me. But I did get a chunk of reading done. So let me tell you, yesterday I finished Pulp Fiction by Julianne Lindsay. I want to tell you more about that and what I thought about the story. And then I also finished Hookline and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I'll start with Hookline and Sinker. So Hookline and Sinker is the follow-up to her story last year. It happened one summer. This follows Fox and Hannah, who are best friend of Brandon and sister of Piper, and their sort of love affair. I really struggled with this book. I ended up giving it 2 stars. I definitely liked Piper and Brandon's story better. I bought this book on pre-order, so I was so excited to read it. And then I just could not get through it. So I set it down. I mean, it came out March 1st, so it's not like a ton, but I set it down twice within that period. And then, this week I decided I was just going to finish it. So I put it on Audible. I'm kind of mad that I used an Audible credit for it, but I did. And listened to it while I exercised, listened to it while I cleaned, and I still didn't like it. It wasn't a great story for me. I didn't really connect with their love story, and then their steamy scenes just, I don't know. It wasn't the best for me. Okay, and then I finished up Pulp Fiction. So Pulp Fiction is Julianne Lindsay's like apple cider shop series, and I loved it. I gave it a 4. What I've noticed in her books, though, is that there's always like a middle part that kind of lags as we're digging up information, and that happened again. But overall, the story was really, really great. Because it's a mystery, like I don't want to tell you that much in case you decide to read it. But it had a good flow, good story. The characters are likable. And I already downloaded the first book in the series because it is free on Kindle Unlimited. And so I did that and I really enjoyed it. So today, I need to get refocused. The 2 books that are kind of rolling around, Spanish Love Deception, I have not started yet. Ricochet, which I'm reading it with my sister, and she also feels like it's kind of taken a little bit to get into, but we really wanted to go through. I'm only on chapter 4. And then I'm not going to start the the Apple Cider Book 1 Mystery by Julianne Lindsay because that's going to distract me from the other goals that I have this week. But so far, feeling really good. So I finished 2 books this week already. It's Wednesday, and I feel like there's still a lot of week to go. All right, I am back. It is Wednesday evening. Sorry for the bad lighting. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I totally went off script and I started reading Dial A for Aunties. And this book has been on my TBR for a while. And I downloaded it probably in January to read it. So I started this book on audio, and then I really didn't like sort of the broken English of the narrator, and I know it's how it's written, but I just didn't care for it. So I picked it up and started reading it. So I'm about 38% through the book, and it's really good. So we have Medi, and she is sort of like a spinster to her, I want to say, Indonesian family. And she, her and her 4 aunts all work in weddings, so they all do different parts of planning weddings. One's a baker, one's a florist. Maddie takes photographs, and Maddie's mom sets her up on a blind date. Maddie's mom goes on a website and sort of like sets up her profile and gets her all like set for a date, and she tells her all this in one night, and the date is that night. So Maddie goes on the date reluctantly, and the guy basically tries to maul her in a dark backwoods area, and she tases him because she had a taser in her purse, and he dies. So she somehow lifts this 180-pound man into her trunk, brings it home. The aunts get to work on how to hide the body. They decide to hide the body at the bakery in the large refrigerator so that the body doesn't stink. They figure the next day they plan to get to like the bakery shop early because there's a wedding that they're putting together the next day. They're gonna get to the bakery shop, get him out of the fridge, and like dispose of the body in the desert. And when they get there, the fridge has already been taken to the venue. It's on a yacht. Anyway, they get there, and now they cannot find the body. So maybe he wasn't dead. And then we found out that whoever she had a date with was not who he said he was. So he said he was the owner of a hotel. The owner is actually Maddie's ex, Nathan, who he was madly in love with. She was hesitant to bring him around her family because she thought he would judge her. And then he got a job in New York right when her family told her that they were going to open up this wedding business and she was going to be a part of it. And although her mom told her she didn't have to, she didn't want to be a disappointment. So she broke up with him on the spot and just saying she had been thinking about it forever, and it broke his heart. And now they're just meeting up at this wedding at the hotel. So like I said, I'm about 38% of the way into it. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. And I'll read some more tonight, probably end up finishing it tomorrow. Good morning and happy Thursday. Just wanted to start off the vlog. Nothing has happened different from last night. I read a couple more pages in Dial A for Aunties, but I'm going to dig into that right now. And I have to do a pickup at Target. And I was going to go to Barnes & Noble, but I figured I will instead look at the books at Target and see if there's anything that catches my eye. I don't need any books, but I'm going to look anyway. Okay, I'll check back in with you guys. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm just checking in. Yes, I'm wearing like a full headgear. I don't know what's happening today. There's like rain, there's like snow, there's sun. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't been on too much because I was busy reading. I finished up Dial A for Aunties, and I have thoughts. Okay, I gave it 3 stars. Really want to give it like 3.5 stars, but I don't know how to do the halves on Goodreads. So basically the story, as I talked about in the beginning, focuses on Maddie, and Maddie goes on this blind date set up by her mom, who's forcing her to get in a relationship and get married. He tries to put the moves on her, she tases him, he dies. She brings the body to her mom's house, and her mom and the aunts and her try to like dispose of the body. They have a wedding to go to the next day that they have many aspects of, because one's the florist, one's the makeup artist, one's the photographer, like one's the baker. So they're trying to get ready for all of that and hide this body. So it kind of gives me like what is it, Uncle Bernie vibes, Weekend at Bernie's vibes, because they're trying to like hide the body and have to keep moving the body. They put the body in a refrigerator so that it doesn't stink. They keep having to move the refrigerator, so it's like very much like comedy of errors type thing happening. There are many layers to this story, and that's kind of where it threw me off. So there's a love aspect between Maddie and Nathan, who she dated in college, but she never felt comfortable telling her family about. So she broke up with him abruptly when he had opportunity in New York. And he's actually the owner of the hotel in which the wedding is at. So he they just instantly like fall back in love, like instantly. She kisses him to like distract him from wanting to know what's going on with the body in the fridge. And then from that point on, they're kind of like trying to get back together, like sort of obsessed with each other. And so that gets that's just like kind of unfolds quickly. I'm happy for them, and it's just like out of nowhere. Then there's a sorry, the camera angle I'm trying to do this in the car, my arm is killing me. Okay, so then there's like another part in it where the guy that actually is dead is not who he says he is. He's actually in cahoots with the bride's best bridesmaid, maid of honor. And they're trying to steal some expensive gifts from the family. And so this girl, Maureen, has been in contact with the dead guy. Meddy and her family have his phones. They kind of respond. Anyway, Maureen tries to frame them for the incident. Anyway, spoiler, at the end, everybody finds out that Meddy does kill the guy. However, everybody's willing to cover for her because they all have dirt of their own. The bride and the bridesmaid actually have a thing for each other. Nathan doesn't want her to go down for this, and so it all works out happily ever after. And it is said that he gets drunk at the wedding, and that's how he dies. So my thoughts are, it is good. It did intrigue me. This is my common theme, though. It gets kind of long in the middle. But what I found was that it was a lot of different layers and a lot of different stories kind of going to get to the end. I think, like I said, 3.5 stars is decent. I will not read the second book. I'm not that interested in the family or the writing style. But I'm glad that I read it because it's been on my TBR. And I would recommend it because there's some interesting parts in it. But I mean, 3.5 stars. So if you want to read it 3.5 stars, go for it. I know some people have highly rated it. For me, it was just okay. I kept thinking about that Julianne Lindsay book. While I was reading this, I was like, oh, I got to get through this book so that I can read that Julianne Lindsay book. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I have to add it to my Goodreads still. And then I'll tell you what number of books I'm at so far for April and in my book challenge. So there is that. Hey guys, today is Sunday and I am wrapping up the vlog. I'm still trying to figure out this whole thing and how I want to do it, so bear with me. I did not vlog Friday or Saturday. Friday was Good Friday. My kids are home, and then yesterday was just kind of busy. Today's been a great Easter, and I just want to update you. So I did finish the Babysitter'S Club book that I talked about. Really cute, longer because it was a super special. Glad I read it. And now I just ordered the Inheritance games. It's already starting off really, really good. So I will feature that in the next week's vlog. And then I'm going to read Boyfriend Lessons, which is a Harlequin book because I'm part of their subscription. And I have like 12 books at this point that I haven't touched. So I'm going to start reading that. So thanks so much for tuning in for this week's vlog. And we will see you in the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share as this is a new channel. And would love to have more people seeing what we're reading. All right, guys. Bye.